All right, so everything is going swimmingly well, right? I start off with a DXY today. What are we now? Tuesday morning, very early morning. DXY is going down. Doesn't matter what the DXY is doing. I thought it would hold this area. It might just hold and go up. Who cares? You know what? Let's go straight to gold. I'm not even going to do yields. We don't care about the markets. We don't care about yields, the dollar. We are in our own little world. Gold. All right, when did I do my last video? I think I did it here. I said we would test this and then go up. That's what's happened. Straight up, 3,000, little test, close at 3,000. Boom. Today, absolute confirmation. Where do we go now? I don't know. I don't know, 3,100. And we will see, zoom in on the 3 minute chart if you want to try and catch a little intraday top. But basically, gold is loose. It's absolutely as bullish as it can be. It's up already. I think it's in a bit of a squeeze mode, but we don't even care about gold. Gold has been sort of invincible for a while. Ever since 2000, breakout 2000, silver has not. But silver is the little caged animal that needs to close above 35. So the next resistance is 34.50. All right, we might even test it today. If gold continues going crazy, I don't know, 3,050, 3,100, that would be too much, but already almost up 1%. And market hasn't opened yet. But if silver can test 34.50, and then what we really want is 35, a close above 35, just the way gold did 3,000, like little test, and then, oh, we're gonna, great close, and then boom, today. We need that in silver. If silver does that, I mean, gold will be going up too, but it's going to get crazy for the miners. It's all about the miners now. I don't know if you guys hold silver. I don't. I used to. I own gold and I own the miners, gold and silver. Let's go to the miners, GDX, which has done its own little copy of the 3,000 breakout. So already look at this pre-market. We're here. So yesterday, with gold looking very strong. And by the way, the markets are just going down or not really going up. Weak bounce. I personally think the Nasdaq and Bitcoin and just generally the markets are just going to keep going down. They don't seem capable of holding a bounce. And if they do bounce, it'll just be to the next resistance and down they go. But the miners, we really are, and this is very rare, we are almost inversely correlated. But actually, if the market go up, GDX goes up. If the market goes down, metals go up and GDX goes up. That's very rare, but that's the perfect combination. So we closed yesterday here. I mean, for sure, we're going to keep going. Next up is 46 on GDX. That's beautiful. So you guys should be at new portfolio highs like me, even though I own some sort of blue chip stocks, Tesla, which I entered a bit too early. I own like Boeing and what else? Pfizer, hate them. Hate those companies, but just bought the stock for the dividend and the low price. I own a few blue chips, Alibaba, which is doing okay. But even though overall they've declined, my portfolio is at new highs because of how much I own in gold and silver. It's like 85% or something. So 46 is the next stop for GDX. I hope we don't lose and fade this, but I think we're just gonna do a bit of a squeeze. If you're ever gonna have a squeeze, it's now. It's now. Let's check out SIL. So 46, I don't think we could close above 46 in GDX. Next stop on SIL. We don't need to zoom out. We've got them here. All right, well, we're going to fill this gap straight away, 41.50. And then you know what? Why not? Especially if it's silver that makes a move, 42, 42. I'll just extend this a little intraday resistance maybe, but let's do it. Let's get to 42 on SIL. GDXJ. Look at that, following GDX. It's got its own little 58.50. Why have I got that line? Yeah. 58.50 is the next one. And then it's going to be 50. Oh, then it's going to be 60. There's no 59. 58.50, 60. 62.50, and then boom, 66. Wow, and then we reach the 2020 highs, which we should be way above, way above. Gold is way higher anyway, it's like 50% higher. So these things are, I mean, I'm trimming on the way up. This is just the way I am. Tiny little plankton fish trims, but you should be buying this, to be honest. I should be buying what I'm selling because in a couple of months, I don't know, it just looks so good. Still, J, that's really strong. And it makes sense that it had a stronger day yesterday and it should continue. It should be a bit higher pre-market. This gap fill, I think we can ignore this sort of 13 buck thing. Oh, no, sorry, 12.50. Yeah, 13 bucks. I'm gonna delete this. Gap fill at 13. That should be done today. And hopefully we close above it. Next stop. I'm not sure if that's, oh yeah, pre-gap fill. No, it's not a gap. Maybe 1350. Let's see. But still, Jay, I was zooming out and giving you the 30% move that it still has to make. That's now smaller. How much of a move to go? 20. You see what I mean? I like a couple of days ago, I was doing the video and saying J still has, it's probably around here, 30%, at that point, 40% of a move to make. And we've made a big move already. So 20% left. If silver closes above 35, this thing has no choice but to just be printing around here, 14 or something, just crazy. I don't know if you remember, I was actually in some of the silver stocks at the time selling when we had that silver, what do they call it? Short squeeze, silver squeeze. And it's like First Majestic up 30% or something. Well, that's not impossible. If we're gonna ever dream about that stuff, it's gonna be now. Portfolio, Newmont, pre-market here. I trimmed this 47.99, I think. Sort of pre-market, just little trims. Next stop, 49. Next stop, I got this 50, sort of two-ish. That should be, I'm not sure. And then just I'm trimming on the way up, but it's like let's say it's worth 5K right now, right? My Newmont. Even with the trims, it's gonna be worth like 7K by the time it's here. So these trims are very small. They're just to have something to show for, let's say. And in case there's some sort of surprise dump, market just crashes and everyone sells everything, I still end up with a lot more on the sideline because I'm selling all of them. I'm nibbling out of all of them, so that pot grows for the dip buying. But Newmont, Newmont has sometimes failed to impress, but here we're at least here, and I think we're going to be testing 49 today easily, and I hope it closes above there, and then we can start reclaiming 50s, and we should be up here. I don't care what this news is. It's a good stock. It belongs here. Actually, it belongs way higher, right? Way higher. So let's see. Barrett Gold. That's good. That's good. That one also I trimmed at 1949 just now, pre-market. Next stop, I don't even have 20. I got 20, probably 29. And then up here, I think we're going to be testing 20, 30 today. I think so. I think it's going to have a big move. I think it's wanted to have a big move, and this is your ideal excuse. And then let's see if we can get above 21. And then, yeah, then it's 20 sort of, it's this level, isn't it? Sort of 2350, probably. But you zoom out, this one, the 2020 high, is crazy how far away they are from the 2020 high. They should be way above the 2020 high. So it's good to zoom out to just remember, don't nibble too much too quickly. I'm kind of talking to myself there. Agnico Eagle, this is like gold. It's just a lost child just screaming up, leave it. It probably get to 110 at some point and come down. Just you kind of watch gold or the GDX to find out where Agnico Eagle might encounter resistance. This is just done. I'm not even going to cover it. It's just perfection. Pan American Silver, another perfect one. Look at yesterday's candle is perfect. It was already testing this. Clearly closed above it. Open at low of day, close at high of day. Today pre-market up. I'm looking for 29 the first level, 30 the next. Little nibbles. And essentially I'm looking for a move to 38. Okay, that's a big move, but I think if silver starts to run and gold, because they also mine gold, I've got this major resistance here. So that should be pretty strong. We're far from that, but you know what? If we get to 30, which on a squeeze day, you could do that in one day, 38 is like a week away of good, strong movement. All right, Wheaton, just like Ignico Eagle, leave it. It's gone. Maybe 80, just like Ignico Eagle at 100. This one will just, I mean, that's just absolutely vertical, isn't it? I would never be buying something like that. I would be selling something like that, but this is just, you know, great business. Gold goes up, it makes so much money, so stock price has to go up. I'm just probably gonna. I have no sales for Wheaton, just like Nico. I have no sales because it's just leave it, buy the dip, don't sell it. I prefer to sell a stock where I have a chart where I can see resistance from past history data. So I prefer to buy the dip of Wheaton because they'll have sort of support levels than to sell it. But otherwise, I'll probably nibble out on 79, 89 price or based on GDX or gold, but just perfection. Franco Nevada, which was doing okay too. Yeah, I wasn't happy about how much it closed off from its highs, but we're back there trading there pre-market. Next one, I've said this, 160, we take this out, we squeeze, that's kind of what it looks like, but everything's been squeezing. So I got 160, so I'll probably sell at 159.89. And then after that, basically 168. And I remember being in Franco Nevada months ago thinking, wow, it's going to take a lot to go all the way back up. And this could be done in 2, 3 trading days. You know, like today we could be testing 160, and by the end of the week, 168, we're closing at 170. And this is just, it becomes like a Agnico, like Wheaton is just off. Metalla, my least favorite of all the stocks. So Metalla, I've got this. I always said 319 as well. I'll be trimming, and then 330. It's not 339, 335. Maybe I'll trim a little bit. Just boom, boom. Now, if there's a squeeze, this has to go up, but you can feel how it's resistant to the move up. You know, I mean, yesterday, a red day, that's absurd. There's no excuse for that. I mean, at least it closed not down a lot because at one point it was down like more. But this one, I don't know. One part of me says you hold it for a couple of months and you're in the fours, maybe going higher. And a part of me says the money is better elsewhere. My average is like three. Um, I forgot what it is. It's pretty low threes, but trim, 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 trim. That's what I'm gonna do. And if we start going up here, I'll try and up. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe close the position and put the money elsewhere, or maybe hold some. We'll see. But quite weak, and I'll be trimming on those horizontal levels. Next one, right now we go to the silver boys. First Majestic. What a difference a couple of days make. So this thing, was hovering around low fives. We got to 580, 620, and then I thought there's nothing until up here. To be honest, it's kind of true. We just sort of went from 620 to 680. On that candle, this candle confirmed it, and then yesterday it's chow, we got to go up. Things are moving. And I don't have, a bit like here, this large range, I don't have anything until pretty much 750. And okay, I had to stop somewhere yesterday. It's not allowed to just do it in one day. But today, if we hold these kind of gains, we could just get at 750 or 755. Maybe I'll be selling at 749, by the way, in case you're wondering. A little trim. And then you got this descending. And then you got this horizontal, right? The sort of 780, 779, then 799. I like my little odd numbers, 1 cent below the level. And then 839. Boom, boom, boom. And then it's kind of time to step back and say, okay, you do what you got to do. It looks like there's something crazy going on. But if silver's at 35, I'm sorry, this has to be 8. Yeah, it has to be 8. 35, not 34, 35. And then honestly, this thing is it's time to sort of, extend this 14 level, which was huge. I remember this one and say, sorry, and say it's time for you to make a big move because after $10, which is a psychological level, you close above 10. Yeah, you'll probably stop off here, just below 11. Look at that little sideways consolidation, but pretty much nothing until 14. So step back. I've always said First Majestic. I don't think it's one of the best silver stocks, but it's one of the ones that moves crazy when silver spikes. So don't sell too much too early. This one, for me, it's tiny nibbles, innocent nothingness, and make sure you hold a nice core position in case it squeezes. Fortuna, beautiful. I mean, that's just up, 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 up into this gap fill. Today, we will close the gap 585. Yesterday, it didn't do that well. I was expecting a bit more, but at least it closed a high day. 585, fill the gap. And to be honest, just keep going. Don't do your little gap fill and then reverse. Just go and go towards 630. I've got my trims at 585, maybe 584, probably 599, tiny thing, even though there's no level. 609, I think. I've got little sales because then you zoom out and Fortuna, it's also got clear skies. This, silver at 35, you got Fortuna at 630. And if silver starts to squeeze, 36, 37, Fortuna is just picked up and thrown up here. $7, 730. 8. Here you got squeeze stuff. Here's your 2020 high. You're gonna have to look at the 2020 highs of all these stocks and say, if we have a squeeze, a real squeeze in silver, like they always say on YouTube, but here you got to really consider we're at 3,000 and running in gold, and silver after 35, there's not much. You know, you're looking for that 40 handle and 50. Jesus, $50 you're gonna have. I don't know. Well, this is clear resistance just below 10, huh? But it's time to start dreaming a little bit because you're allowed at this point. CDE. This one here that got absolutely smashed in the face. It's very hard to come back up from that after just coming all the way down and then a lower level. But CDE, a bit like the others, if silver's going up, I don't care what the bad news is or why you came down, you have to go up. And it's kind of done now. And I'm trimming this on the way. I've already trimmed it yesterday. And this morning, maybe. My next sell is probably 679. I don't know all of them by heart, maybe even 699, because this is just, it's supposed to encounter a lot of resistance, but I expect it to go up because of silver. And then, of course, over here, 730. So maybe 729, I got to sell. It's going to be hard to imagine CD just go all the way up and keep going in a vertical, candlestick pattern. But I'll be trimming on the way. And if there's a drop in silver, because who knows, we've gone up quite a lot also. This will come down quite a bit, and I'd like to buy the dip maybe. Could come back down to like 560. But yeah, I'm trimming these horizontal levels. I don't think, I mean, silver at 35, maybe we're at 740, but I just can't imagine it just going straight past 8 and running. The chart would look really weird. Like it's supposed to encounter a lot of resistance after this kind of a drop. So I'm not sure what to expect on the upside for CD, but I'm trimming on the levels you see. Heckler, decent. It's got so much higher to go. Again, another sort of cult silver stock that moves a lot with silver. So here we're at 6. Yeah, there's only one real level. I mean, 6 is maybe a tiny bit of level, but 640, so 639, I probably got a nice sell. Uh, maybe this little level here after, but 640 be quite hard to close at today. But that's the objective, a big move, depending on what silver does. I hope we don't have a red day where it starts green today and then everything just turns because I need one more push because I'm trimming quite a lot and I like the cash on the sidelines that's building up with the portfolio at new highs. I want to be invincible to the point where if everything starts to turn down, it's a good thing too. 640. So 6 and 640, I probably got little trims. After that, we'll see, but I don't think we'll close above 640. Silver at 35. Yeah, you're probably at 7. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you're probably at 7 and quickly at 760. And this one will probably get to its old highs quicker than many of the others. All right, EXK. EXK, little disappointed in. Let's look at this resistance here. Had this nice move, but these last couple of days, I was expecting more. Now, today, so far so good. Let's see. I think for I think I sold yesterday like 479 instead of 489. I moved the sell down. So today I'll ignore the 489 sell. 499, 519, 559. Trim, trim, trim. Where can it get to today? Maybe 520. Normally EXK moves a lot, like Heckler, like CDE, like Fortuna, like First Majestic, like all the ones I covered. That's why I'm in them because they're crazy with silver. So this one should move quite nicely and it could go all the way up to here. I don't think it's one of the best stocks, but it does move a lot with silver normally. So silver at 35, I see 560 EXK. Then you step back and then you start to look at, well, 6 will be easy, but yeah, 750, the 2020 high. Mag Silver, that had a decent move yesterday. Close a high of day today. Yeah, so today we're going to be at 1730, right? This level, call it 1730. Sell that, and then next move to 18. 18 is the big one. But I don't see any issue getting there if silver starts to go crazy. Silver at 35, I think you're beyond 18 on Mag Silver. And then you start to run to 20. I think no one will care about 1850 if you're starting to squeeze. It's straight to 20. You want a big number. All right, Aris Mining. Silver stocks are done. Very nice. Yeah, here it's a bit hard. Maybe something like this. Maybe something like that. 490. I'll just leave it. If we're squeezing, we're squeezing. We're going to hit the old highs. Yeah, this one I'm just going to leave and probably sell just below 4, probably around 487. Little trim. Keeps going. Old high, 515 or something, and then just let it run because this one can make a big move. And if it's ever going to do it, it's going to be on the squeeze day. It's not really a silver one, it's a gold one, but I think this one can do it. It's just a bit of a weird one. But this breakout here, a bit like Franco Nevada, it's a big one. It has to keep going. It's got the best catalyst excuse behind it. So no problem holding that one. I am gold, not the strongest one on the bounce. I think I got a 619 sell somewhere. I don't know if it's pre-market also. If this keeps opening, then if it keeps moving up, then my pre-market sell will be sold. I think it's a good till cancel, so it'll be sold higher. Yeah, okay, gap fill and then honestly just leave it. I'm gonna 659 and then just gap fill, leave the rest. This vacuum here should be easily covered if we have a squeeze. So holding IM gold, great stock, and it should start moving into 720. It should be high already. I think this one makes new highs real quick. B2 gold, huge move yesterday. Look at this one. It's just, I think this level was completely correct. This 295, right? You can see it even closed below three on that day. And then just boom, opened below three and then just made the whole move in one go. It's perfect candle. So from 3 to 324, I trimmed just here. It was perfect, perfect technicals, honestly. Now we have this little resistance, but with what's going on in the metals, we probably just keep going and move towards 350. So my next sell is 340, maybe 349, 348 or something, just to make sure I get it. And then you could have continuation. Boom, boom, boom. So let's review this one after we close around or above 350, because this one could start making new 52-week highs and squeezing. And remember, we were here real recently, and that was on bad news day. So very happy that that's held out. Equinox, I mean, this one today should be testing 720. So I got a little 719 sell. Then we move to 749. That should be easy. And if there's a squeeze, $9. Maybe a little stop off at 850, but $9. Gold and silver squeeze, no problem. SSRM doesn't surprise me. It was strong, double bottom, kept going, nice close. We just keep going. Next stop, 12 bucks. Don't know if we can do it today, but this has just been on a tear. I sold it at 950, 949, and now it's at 11. Well done. If you're still holding that. This 1250 though, 12 and 1250 might be a bit of resistance because maybe it's actually 13. I don't know. It's hard to call, but you can see what I mean here. That was strong support, so maybe it's going to be strong resistance. SPSW, getting exciting. Look at this pre-market move. Stands out. Once we close here like 440, it's basically got a free ride till 520, so that's going to get good too. And this was a total um fake breakdown. Triple flush. Oh no. And then up it goes. So this looks really strong. I've said that already, and it's continuing. All right, it's a long video. Sorry. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing what's going on. I feel quite invincible. Market up or down, dollar up or down, yields up or down. We're good. Metals, gold, silver, and the miners do well. But I never forget to trim on the way up because it always comes back down again. Even though things look ideal, I'm trimming on the way up. Not too much though, because the squeeze can really surprise us. And I think if it's ever going to happen, it's now. Good luck.